5 times Riley was stressed out in Inside Out 2. Number 1. The first one began with the time she was trying to convince and plead on her behalf in order for Val to accept her into the Firehawk team. Number 2. The second one took place when all the team was punished because of Riley's bad behavior. After she got scolded by the team, she became so stressed out. Number 3. Because of Riley was trying to please the other team, she stayed up all night without sleeping, which made her react and act so weird. Number 4. After Val gave Riley an expired chocolate, the irritation while eating the chocolate actually weighed Riley down in absolute stress. Number 5. The last part was when Riley's friends came up to her, and her apologizing to them was her only option. We can clearly see how she's stressed already. 3 times Riley was so happy in Inside Out 2. Number 1. It all began after the incident that happened to Grace, which led to the development of a core memory, which touched Riley hard, making her to go help Grace with happiness and love. Number 2. The second part was when Riley scored her first goal during her hockey game, which led to a big celebration, making her and her friends happy, to the extent she got a promotion. Number 3. The last one was when the emotions came together in unity, making her stress-free and happy again. 3 bad moments the emotions experienced pain in Inside Out 2. Number 1. The first one began when they had to get rid of the panic alarm, which woke them up, later on causing the crane crew to come, crashing in their place and almost putting their lives at stake. Number 2. The second part was when anxiety destroyed the memory tube in which they could use to get to headquarters, which almost killed them, later on leaving them stranded in pain. Number 3. The last part was when they had to escape the cops due to the fact that they destroyed anxiety plans of trying to murder Riley, but later on they got away. 2 gay moments in Inside Out 2. Number 1. Before the movie ended, we can spot Riley and Val on the lunch table, but who else noticed how Val was completely in love with Riley? Number 2. The second moment was when they first met. The love connection between them was unexplainable. Top 5 gayish moment in Inside Out 2. Number 1. The first gay incident began when Riley met Val for the very first time. Due to the love connection she had for Val, she didn't know how to feel at that moment. Number 2. We can all recall when Riley and her friends laughed behind the coach back, pissing her off as she punished everyone. Everyone got mad at Riley except for Val because she loves Riley. Number 3. At the mid-end of the movie, Val was caught staring at Riley with love in her eyes. Number 4. This particular scene was how Val accepted Riley into the Firehawk team without any requirements and law. This is a proof she have feelings for Riley. Number 5. At the end of the movie, Val finally opened up to Riley by telling her how she felt for her, which made Riley blush in love. 3 times Fear was a hero in Inside Out 2. Number 1. The first one began during Riley's hockey game. At that moment, Riley almost killed herself, but disgust saved her life by a single tap on the console. What a life-saving moment. Number 2. The second one was when the emotions got captured in a jar. Later on thrown in the dark, Fear brightened up the place by pulling out a torchlight from nowhere. Number 3. This last moment was when the emotions almost died. At that moment, Fear trusted his guts, telling the emotions to hold him tight, later on pulling out a parachute from nowhere, which actually saved their lives. 3 times Joy controlled the console in Inside Out 2. Number 1. The first one took place during Grace's class presentation, as her penny fell down, leaving her embarrassed, which made little Riley get sad. But since Joy existed, a memory globe of love got formed, touching Riley hard into going to help Grace. Number 2. This actually began in the beginning of the movie. Before Riley hockey, Joy made sure she controlled the console so Riley will feel happy and loved collaborating with her friends. Number 3. The third one took place when the coach seized everyone's phone because of Riley's stupidity, leaving her sad. At that moment, Joy had to bring back Riley's happiness by controlling the console. 3 times Embarrassment controlled the console in Inside Out 2. Number 1. The first one began when Riley and Val was having their love conversation, which made Riley behave so weird and sus, which led to the introduction of Embarrassment, making Riley embarrassed. Number 2. This actually took place when the black coach ordered all the girls, especially Riley, to hand over their cell phones, scolding her seriously. Embarrassment took control over the console, making that moment embarrassing for Riley. Number 3. The last one took place after the whole incident of Riley overhearing the Firehawks gossiping behind her back. Without hesitation, Embarrassment took over the console and then made that moment sad and embarrassing for her. 3 times Anxiety controlled the console in Inside Out 2. Number 1. The first one happened when she got an idea after Riley got hurt. Her idea was to try and convince Val to join her team. Surprisingly, she controlled the console so well that Val accepted Riley into her life with love. Number 2. The second one took place when Anxiety brought out a secret console projection that shows us all the possible wrong thing that can happen in Riley's life in order for her to analyze and save Riley. Number 3. The third one happened when Riley got a mixed emotion by talking to her girlfriend Val, causing the console to change color, which led to the existence of a new emotion named anxiety.